Welcome to the Deep Dive, your express route to getting well informed. We cut through the noise, really digging into the sources you share with us to pull out what matters most. Today, we're taking a deep dive into some really foundational concepts in ServiceNow. We're using material that often comes up around their Certified Application Developer exam, the CAD exam. But look, before you think, oh, exam prep, hold on. This isn't just about passing a test.
Exactly.
These insights, they're gold, pure gold for anyone who wants to really get how powerful business applications are built and managed, especially on a platform like ServiceNow. Our mission today, to unpack these practice questions, yeah, but more importantly, their explanations, and pull out the absolute key nuggets of knowledge for you. It's about getting you that shortcut to, genuine understanding.
Right.
We're not just looking at what these concepts are, but really their strategic importance, how they fit into the big picture of enterprise software.
And that's spot on. Because while, yes, these are tested, their actual value is much, much broader. They give you that base understanding you need to build solutions that actually work, that scale, that you can maintain.
Mm-hmm.
So we're aiming to shed light on the why, why these things matter, why they're pillars of application development, so you can really appreciate their role in keeping everything running smoothly.
Excellent. Okay, let's jump right in then.
Okay.
First up, a concept that's just fundamental for keeping order, preventing chaos, really, in these complex systems. We're talking about application scope. So the question we're looking at is, what is the primary purpose of an application scope? Let me read out the options for you. A, to define end user permissions. B, to create a unique namespace protecting application artifacts. C, to specify tables in an update set. Or D, to control developer access in Studio. Think about that for a sec. Okay, the correct answer, based on our material, is B.
Yeah.
Application scope in ServiceNow. It's like giving your app its own private room, its own unique ID and boundary.
A defined space.
Exactly. It carves out this distinct space for all its bits and pieces, tables, scripts, UI stuff, giving them a unique namespace. And why is that crucial? Well, it acts like a shield.
Protective shield. Yeah.
It stops other applications from just, accidentally messing with or overwriting its core parts. It isolates and protects your app's resources, keeps it safe.
And that idea, that unique namespace and isolation, it's not just some technical detail, is it?
No, not at all.
It's absolutely fundamental. It's the safeguard preventing, digital chaos in these big enterprise systems. Think about it. Without that strict scoping, you'd be constantly worried that updating one app might break something totally unrelated.
Right, a nightmare scenario.
Total nightmare. Or a script from somewhere else causes weird side effects. So you asked how it protects the entire platform's integrity.
Yeah.
By segmenting everything.
Yeah.
Each app's components stay within their defined boundaries. It means changes in one place don't just ripple out unexpectedly, causing failures elsewhere. It's a bit like microservices in a way.
Ah, okay. I see that parallel.
Each part operates independently, minimizing those dependencies and collision risks. And that protection is what allows teams to build together, to deploy massive solutions across the whole company, without this constant fear of interference.
So for you, the listener, what does this mean day to day?
It means the tools you rely on, the business systems you use every single day, are just more reliable, less prone to those baffling outages or weird behaviors, all thanks to this core idea of application isolation.
That distinction you made between a technical detail and a fundamental safeguard, that's really powerful. So if I'm building something new, a custom app, choosing the scope isn't just naming, it's like a strategic architectural decision.
Absolutely. It dictates future maintainability, how safely it plays with others in the ecosystem.
Okay, so what's a common trap developers fall into if they don't grasp this early on?
Oh, a big one is the temptation to just build everything in the global scope.
The default.
Yeah, because it seems quicker up front. But it skips all those protective boundaries. You build up technical debt almost instantly. Components are exposed, naming conflicts are bound to happen, and any future upgrades or maintenance. Suddenly, way more complex, way riskier. You're basically ignoring the platform's built-in safety features. Makes the app fragile, hard to scale.
Okay, that paints a very clear picture. Boundaries are good. Right, but an application needs data, doesn't it?
Always.
And getting data in correctly, efficiently, especially from outside sources, that's another big challenge. Which brings us to our next question, which is really interesting. It's about data import. When importing data, what is the main purpose of a transform map? Here are the options. A, create a temporary staging table. B, validate source file data before import. C, map data from the import set table to the target table. Or D, generate a data source record. What do you think? Okay, the answer here is C.
C again, yeah.
Our source material lays it out really clearly.
Hmm.
When you import data, it doesn't go straight into the main tables. First, it lands in this staging area. It's called an import set table.
Right, a temporary holding pen.
Exactly. And then the transform map comes in. That's what defines exactly how the fields from that staging table map over to the final permanent target table. Could be incidents, users, whatever.
The specific mapping.
Yeah, it's meticulous. Ensures your first name data doesn't end up in the employee ID column, Gets everything structured right and put in the right place.
And the critical thing here is that interaction, isn't it? Between the staging area, the import set table, and that precise, explicit mapping from the transform map.
Uh-huh.
It's not just about shoveling data in. It's about refining it,
Yeah.
making sure it's, well, correct and fits the structure of the target system.
Right. Integrity.
Absolutely. Without a transform map, your incoming data would likely be a complete mess when it tries to fit into the main database. Think jumbled fields, broken links.
Leads to bad reports, bad decisions.
Utterly unreliable reporting. Exactly. It undermines the whole point of having the data. So this process, it's vital for data quality, for consistency, especially during big migrations or when you're integrating systems or even just doing regular bulk updates.
So it keeps the information reliable.
Paramount for keeping things running smoothly. And whether you're the developer setting this up or you're just a user relying on that data every day, understanding this helps you appreciate why things work or why they sometimes go wrong if this isn't done right. Avoids those headaches from bad data.
So transform maps are like the data architects for imports, making sure every bit of info finds its proper home. Okay, building on that theme of keeping order, let's talk about managing changes within the platform itself. Adding features, fixing things without breaking stuff.
Crucial.
Our next question tackles exactly that. What is the main function of an update set in the application development process? Options are A, backup a whole instance, B, import spreadsheet data, C, move application code and config changes between instances, or D, install ServiceNow store apps. And the answer, according to our sources, is C.
C it is.
The material emphasizes that update sets are the mechanism ServiceNow uses to package and move configuration changes.
The transport mechanism.
Right. And it's not just code, it's workflows, form layouts, business rules, UI tweaks, basically all the customizations you make.
Pretty much everything that defines your application's behavior and look.
Yeah. Update sets let developers or admins capture those changes in one place, like a dev instance, and then reliably move that whole package to another instance, like test or eventually production. It's absolutely key for managing updates across different environments.
And this is so important because it directly addresses that challenge. How do big organizations manage constant change without everything falling apart?
Right. Chaos control.
Exactly. Update sets are essentially ServiceNow's built-in version control for configurations. Think about a typical setup. You've got dev, test, maybe staging, production, multiple environments.
Standard practice.
Developers are always tweaking things in dev.
Yeah.
Without something solid like update sets, moving those changes through the pipeline, it would be manual, error-prone, incredibly slow.
Oh.
Just a nightmare.
Yeah, I can imagine. Copy-paste errors galore.
Oh, absolutely. Update sets ensure that what you built and tested in dev gets promoted systematically, reliably, minimizes errors, cuts down time, keeps things consistent everywhere. It massively improves release management, platform stability.
And for you, the listener.
This is how your company rolls out new features, improvements, fixes, hopefully smoothly and reliably. It's what stops updates from breaking the things you use every day, keeps the system evolving without constant disruption.
That's a great analogy, version control. So update sets are like these careful couriers delivering changes consistently so the application evolves predictably.
Right.
But even with the best plans, the best couriers, stuff breaks sometimes, right?
Inevitably.
So let's switch gears to troubleshooting, fixing those glitches. Next question. Which developer tool is used to troubleshoot and debug server-side JavaScript by setting breakpoints and inspecting variable values? Options: A, Field Watcher, B, REST API Explorer, C, Studio Code Editor, or D, the Script Debugger. The answer here is D, the Script Debugger,
The debugger, yes.
and the explanation is spot on. The Script Debugger is a specialized tool just for digging into server-side JavaScript.
Right, the stuff running behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what makes it so powerful is you can set breakpoints, basically. Tell the code to pause at a specific line.
Freeze frame.
Yeah. Then you can step through the code line by line, see exactly what values variables hold at any given moment. It gives you this granular view to figure out precisely how a script is running or maybe why it's not running the way you expect.
Crucial for finding those logic flaws.
Definitely. Helps pinpoint and fix issues in things like business rules or script includes, those really core server-side bits.
You really can't overstate how necessary a good debugger is for any serious development.
Hmm.
Especially in a complex platform like ServiceNow.
Yeah.
Server-side scripts, they're the engine for so much automation, so much business logic.
Yeah.
They're doing the heavy lifting behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So being able to actually peer inside, see the execution step by step, understand why something's going wrong,
Hmm.
it's invaluable. It saves so much time, so much guesswork.
So it's different from debugging things you see in your browser.
Totally. You've got browser tools for client-side stuff, what happens on your screen.
Yeah.
But the script debugger gives you that critical window into the server's operations, the core logic. It's essential for maintaining performance, correctness, stopping errors that could really mess up business processes or user experience.
So for the listener, this tool is what helps ensure all that complex automation, all those background processes actually work flawlessly.
Pretty much. It prevents errors that could mess up your tasks, corrupt data, or just make things frustrating. It helps keep your digital world running smoothly.
Okay, I get that. That deep dive capability is key for fixing things quickly. Right, let's wrap up our concept tour with automation. It's such a huge part of modern platforms, driving efficiency. Our last question zeroes in on a flow designer.
Flow designer. Good one.
The question is, in Flow Designer, what is the key component that defines when a flow should be executed? Choices: A condition, B, a trigger, C, an action, or D, a record. And the answer is B, a trigger.
A trigger.
Our source material nails it. In Flow Designer, the trigger is the starting gun. It's the thing that defines the specific condition or event that makes the whole automated process kick off.
What makes it wake up and run?
Precisely. Could be when a record gets created or maybe updated in a certain way. Could be based on a schedule, like run this every morning, or even when an API call comes in from another system.
Lots of possibilities.
Yeah. But without that trigger, the flow just sits there, dormant. It has no idea when it's supposed to do its thing.
And the trigger really is the heartbeat of any automated process, isn't it?
That's a great way to put it.
It's that if this happens, then do that moment. It brings the business logic to life, makes it dynamic, responsive. Understanding how to set up effective triggers. That's key to building automation that's actually smart, actually saves time, actually cuts down on manual drudgery.
And you mentioned different types.
Oh yeah, triggers are super versatile. You've got record-based ones like when an incident priority changes, schedule-based run a report every Friday, API-based kick off a process when an external system sends a signal. Each type really impacts how efficient, how responsive, how integrated your processes can be.
So connecting it back to the listener.
Well, think about it. Every time a task gets automatically assigned to you, or an approval email gets sent without someone hitting send, or maybe a system updates itself based on something you did, chances are there's a trigger working silently behind the scenes. It's how software makes your work life easier, hopefully, and way more efficient.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to maybe mull over. Think about mastering just one of these concepts we talked about today, like really understanding the strategic precision needed for a good transform map, or truly grasping the protective power of an application scope. How could knowing just that one piece in detail elevate your understanding of any complex system you deal with? Not just ServiceNow, but anything.
That's a great point. These patterns repeat.
Right. How might knowing these details, these whys, change how you approach problems, or maybe even how you think about building better solutions in your own world? Something to think about.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. Stay curious.
Keep exploring. And we'll catch you on the next one.